Hey miners, welcome back. It's Phoub.
Tonight I wanted to put a spotlight on the wonderful cosmetics of DRG and how you can attain their full potential. Cosmetics hold a lot of value in today's deep rock, so I figured it would be helpful to explain the methods I use to maximize my dwarven swag. With all that said, let's get rolling. When putting together a new dwarf, I recommend trying your best to create a cohesive blend of armor, skin, weapon framework, and weapon skins. The first thing to consider is what dwarf you are working with, and what cosmetics are available. If you are customizing your scout, that means you mostly have access to slimmer armors and skins with some variety of blue. Therefore, some colors and shapes will work better with him than other classes. You can try pairing him with warmer colored weapon skins to contrast with his cold colored armor skins. Every armor, even those for the same dwarf, consists of different shapes and elements. The Scale Brigade set is mostly made of angular angled angles, while Engineer's Mark II armor is mostly smoother armor panels. Reaching dwarf fashion nirvana isn't just about your wardrobe, but is also about your weapons. The equipment you hold contributes a lot to your overall appearance. After I pick my armor, the first thing I do is look for a complementary weapon framework. This is a great way to tie your whole appearance together. Unless you're doing something particularly funky, I recommend combining armors and weapon frameworks that use similar kinds of shapes. For instance, using 4th Relic with Scale Brigade, or GSG Guardian and Engineer's Mark II armor. Specific elements of some items might also pull your appearance together. As an example, the guardrails on Gunner's Mark II armor, and the similar bars on the Builder's Choice framework, and the bug parts on both Glyphid Trophy Hunter and the Dawn of the Dread armor set. It's not a necessary strategy, but a great way to start assembling a new outfit is to base it around a particular concept, theme, or idea. You don't need to do anything complex. When putting together this fine gentleman, I just started with the theme, Cool Guy. For a great jumping off point, you can base your dwarf around a particular person, such as JFK, Abraham Lincoln, and Squeezy Jibs. Or a character, such as Solid Snake, Venom Snake, Old Snake, or Big Boss. Something I've done many times is choose an item and assemble everything around it. For this one, I started with Driller's Roughneck skin and... what the hell? Cosplaying is a little harder if you don't have dwarf autism like me and haven't unlocked every damn item in the game. Looking at my dwarfs may not give you that impression though. This is because I never pick items based on how rare they are. Besides being a great way to flex on your friends, choosing the most expensive or newest items is not always the smartest move. If you're just smashing together the shiniest items you can find, you are guaranteed to end up with a mismatched pile of bling.
Get this shit off me!
Your goal should be to create the most cohesive style you can, even if that means using more common items, such as those in the Battle Pass or Accessory Shop. Using Gunner's default armor, I made this wicked fella. This is the skin I use for running Bullet Hell. I had a hard time determining the best weapon skin for this dude, until I found the default mechanized skin fits perfectly. And when searching for a good blue element for my Scout's pickaxe, I found the rarely used Chill Axe head looked perfect here. When it comes down to it, limiting your item selection is a great way to look like everyone else. Basically what I'm trying to say is, default skins are actually pretty epic sauce. Sorry, I couldn't think of a good segue to this part of the vid. Anyhoozle, this is the part of the video where it becomes obvious that I learned all of this shit from my art friends. Contrast can be created with saturation, hue, and lightness. Today we're mostly interested in hue, as there are a very limited set of palettes available. The best way to create contrast within hue is by using complementary colors, those across from each other on the color wheel.
Attention! Mark!
Choosing colors such as green and red creates a piece that visually stands out more. These colors don't need to be exact opposites, they just need to be opposed wheel-wise. The best way to go about creating contrast on your character is by differentiating your dwarf from their weapon. You can easily do this by picking out accent colors from your armor's paint job and applying them to your weapon paint job, or vice versa. Over here I focused on the accent color of the big ol' glowing eye and found a weapon skin to match. Or here, on this gunner, where his weapon matches the green accents on his armor. Don't feel afraid to pull wacky color combos out of nowhere. One of my biggest pet peeves when I'm out dwarfing is finding every pony wearing helmet. Helmets annoy me for two main reasons. the sameness between helmeted outfits, and the loss of your beard. Personally, I reserve helmets for just a few of my dwarves. It's not shocking that a game like DRG has quite a deep beard system, and it's just as unsurprising that such a deep system can be used to add major personality to your guys. Using the aforementioned character, shape, and contrast, you can craft a beard which parallels that of even Senchi's. In my opinion, not taking the chance to slap some facial hair on your character in the dwarf game is a wild move. The number one rule of dressing up in DRG is focusing on creating a dwarf that looks good to you, instead of catering to others' tastes. In the end, it's a video game. The whole idea is to have fun with it. I don't think DRG would be where it is right now without the level of self-expression offered by cosmetics. Their place in the game creates a sense of individuality between dwarfs, which reflects perfectly on the game mechanics, such as weapon mods and overclock. Seeing another dwarf with their own unique style sells you on the idea that this world is full of dwarfs going through their own story, and makes you think less of other players as elements of the game, and more as individuals. Choosing cosmetics is a great way to express your own personality and your approach to Deep Rock. Character customization adds just another level of immersion to this wonderful game. Thanks again for watching. I hope these tips prove useful to you, not just in Deep Rock Galactic, but in customizing your character in every game. If you feel so inclined, pressing that fabulous subscribe button is the best way to show support for my further ventures. Now if you don't mind, I have to get back to my job at the Mariana Trench gift shop.